Hey guys, I've been on the forum for a couple months reading everything, and I wanted to make a video of my builds so I could maybe help someone out that's looking to do this in the future with RC conversion. I'm going to narrate on top of it because most of the audio in the videos is just me rambling. So let me start with the first one I did. I found this Mustang on the side of the road for free, so that's kind of what got the ball rolling. I wanted to clean it up and see what I could do with it. Then I saw some guys on the forum doing RC conversions, and I already had all the parts for that, so I threw all that stuff in there and got running pretty quick. I'm using a linear actuator for steering from Actuonics with the RC servo connection. It's only 6 volts, so it doesn't really have the power to turn it while there's someone in it. So I ordered a LAC board and a linear actuator with feedback from Vergelli that I should get soon. I did all the testing in the Mustang so that when I got to the Jeep I would know what I was doing. I use a Skyfly transmitter. I've been using those for a long time in all my cars. They have great range and they're really cheap. I use a Hobbywing 4S dual motor brushed ESC, like on Amazon for about 40 bucks. That can take up to about 18 volts. And I have a bunch of LEDs that I'm going to put in the fog lights and headlights and tail lights from eBay. And for now I'm using the same RC linear actuator from Actuonics for steering. While I had everything apart, I power washed it and got it pretty clean. I ordered a bunch of Eagle Eye LEDs, and if I did it over again I would have got some strips so I'd have more even light distribution inside the lenses and stuff. But with the Eagle Eyes I just drilled a hole straight through the taillight assembly and through the chassis for the wires. And here's that. Here I'm putting the LEDs in the headlights, so I popped the grill off, drilled a hole through the grill, and then put the grill back on and continued that hole through the Jeep actual frame so the wires can go through into the hood space. Here I'm running the wires through the tubes for the auxiliary lights. I was going to try to put the bulb behind that, but that plastic is too thick. None of the light shine through. So I just ditched those and put in the LEDs straight through the hole. I drilled a hole right through where the screw would go. So those just popped in and the threads hold it in. I didn't need to put a nut on the other side. And then I ran the wires down the tube. And I also have a safety light that's going on the back of that I bought with a that's the hole for the safety light right there where the wires will come out. I bought a module that's a strobe module. That's the light right there from Super Bright LEDs, and that's the strobe module from Super Bright LEDs. And I'll wire those two together and have a separate switch for that so she can switch that on and off. Here's some video of the LEDs punched through the rack where the lights go, and the safety light wired up, and then I just drilled 2 screws through there. Pulled the wires out through there because I needed a pull point. I couldn't get them to go down through the tube, so I just drilled another hole about a ½ inch lower than that into the other pole and pulled the wires through that part of the tube. That's the only part really showing. And then that's at the bottom of it's where I pulled them through and then drilled a hole into the chassis. And so they go through there with no problems. They don't kink up or anything. And then once I pull them through the fender part, I drill them into the part under the seat where the motors are. And that's where I have the strobe module too. It's in there with the motors. Here are them wired up on the switches. So I got the tail lights, the safety light with the strobe module, and the 2 auxiliary lights. I got the strobe wire to its own switch, and all the rear lights wired to another switch, and then the headlights and front amber lights will be wired to another switch. And I mean, that's just to give her stuff to play with. I could have put them all on one switch. I just give her more buttons to push. Here's everything wired up and finished, but it was a pretty foggy day, so we didn't ride it. Under the hood, I have the ESC, the transmitter receiver, and the batteries. So that ESC is a Hobbywing brushed dual motor ESC that can take up to 4S. So that's around 18 volts. I'm running it on 2S right now, which is 7 volts. And underneath is the RC servo, or RC linear actuator, that's powered by an RC connection. So that's only 6 volts. It turns it when no one's in it, but when there's someone in it, it's really struggling. So once I get the real actuator in the mail with the feedback and the LAC board wired up, that will be a lot better. Shut the door. This is running on 4S right now, so that's around 18 volts. I'll probably run it on 2S most of the time, just because I'll use the other battery for the steering actuator. I'll make another video later summing everything up that I used, the parts list and everything, once I get the actuator. The forum has been great. There's a lot of great builds and a lot of great stories on here, and it's been a lot of fun making this. I've been making RC cars and stuff for a long time, and it's been cool to put that to use for something that my daughter can use, and she has a lot of fun with it. And just thanks to all you guys that helped me out.